All right, welcome
All
everybody
right.
to another wonderful episode of D&D. While we're waiting for Taz to get back, I'm gonna go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage. Where's the beautiful bean footage? There it is. Hang on. I swear I don't plan this out. Okay, maybe I do.
Did you lose it again?
How is it
Almost
not
hit the wrong
set
one.
up and ready to go?
All right, here we go.
That's why we have a call time.
Let's bring it over here.
Darkness has fallen across the land, from the forests of the wilds to the highland sands. In the mountains, a hunger spreads, a menacing threat our party dreads. Out of the north, the war drums sound, turning pastures into battlegrounds. But from the dark and mysterious past, new powers appear, new hope grasped. A perilous quest by the Raven Queen given, aided by her sons, one long hidden. Draug, barbarian wizard armed with kindness, fighting for what he knows is righteous. Immovable object meets unstoppable force. Can he endure and stay the course? Marwyn, leading despite her fear, choosing daily to persevere. With diplomatic tongue and eldritch power, can she lead in the most desperate hour? Karn, changeling monk from the abyss, with a kind heart and dangerous fist. Loyal companion of Lady Rosenthorn, can he protect that to which he has sworn? Tez, once an orphan, now a knight, pulled from darkness into the light. A warrior's heart and a tinkerer's brain, warlock pact fulfilled. But what has she gained? Brooklyn the druid with eyes of wonder, gentle hands, and a spirit of honor. The curse within her may bring woe, but which path will the elf follow? Yana, thrust violently from her world into Xodia when the volcano hurled magma and magic into the sky, leaving the young Aasimar to wonder why. Lilithnor, rogue from a family of healing, deals in the business of life stealing. Her poisons will invite you to plead, but is the bugbear all that she seems? Will the kingdoms do what's right? Fight to prevent the endless night? Our story continues for the brave and the bold. This is season 3. The truth be told.
All right. Oh. Okay, that's Artemis's. I'm like, dang it, is there another bot in my chat? And then I realized it was Artemis's. Okay, never mind.
That's mine. Sorry.
You are just lucky I'm not
Big
doing it on
jumps.
my end too.
I keep getting jump scared whenever I close
technically, I
a
think I
tab.
could do it on my end, but I don't know how.
What's that?
All right, let's see. Make sure. Okay, she has not made it in yet. Just wanted to make sure before I. It's
Shit, do I have Tez pulled up?
Okay.
I do not have Tez pulled up, apparently. I have another character pulled up, but not Tez. Nope.
No, we need Tess.
We need Tez tonight.
Nah, take Arthur instead.
right.
Toss in the level 7
Who
bard
is
warlock.
Arthur?
Character in another campaign I'm in.
Oh, I think that's Miko. Yep.
Hey.
There she is.
Hey!
Everything's Miranda leveled up in Taekwondo, so we were celebrating.
Very nice.
That is a
Bang
big
'em.
achievement.
Whack 'em.
Meanwhile,
All right.
I am enjoying my yearly chocolate wine from Aldi.
And for everybody watching, this is Greg.
Hi,
Hi,
Greg.
Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Be concerned about Greg.
I think Greg's doing pretty well right now. He looks chill.
Hi, Greg.
Send
All right.
Greg over to Nick. It'll be great.
Oh dear Lord, no.
Yeah, I could just see Nick manufacturing servitor skulls.
You know what? Yeah, I could also see that too. Just the next step in his fucking undead army.
You think he hasn't already?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, but anyway, we're going to start off where we ended the last session, which is usually a good place to start. Karn, you're looking over this cliffside down into the city of Molmarog, which you know is directly underneath Mount Alternate. And this is a very, very large city. Think it's about the size of New Orleans. And you are seeing legion upon legion upon legion of armored Alithid warriors wearing adamantine armor. And with each of these legions is one of the cannibal soldiers.
That's not good. Lovely.
When you say the size of New Orleans, just for clarification's sake, are you talking like downtown, or are you talking like
The greater New Orleans area.
like the entirety, like all of
The
it?
entirety.
I'm packing up. I'm going home. Nope.
She's like, I'm out.
I'm out.
Nope.
Marwin just very, very subtly.
You're not here.
Yeah,
No, I know that.
Not-
This is all
y'all
out of
are not
character.
here.
I'm just saying I quit. I'm going home.
Marwin just sort of steps behind Lilithnor as it looks like she's about to try and head out, and pulls out her dagger and just very gently. And this is not like a poisoned dagger or anything like this. It's just a dagger, but she just very gently pokes her. You're not going anywhere.
Tez, currently
I'm not there.
suffering
Technically,
uranium.
I'm not there yet either. That was out of character too. by the way.
That was Liz going, nope, I'm going home. Done. That's nothing to do with Lenore.
Where am I? Since I totally missed the impromptu session last week.
So did Allie.
You're with the rest of the party. Y'all just slipped your way and awoken the dreadnoughts.
Oh, great.
And Karn
Great.
moved up the road away, or up the pathway a ways, to figure out what y'all were up against. And like I said, last session, at the head of this massive army, you see, the goddess of change, sitting in this massive throne. With on her left hand side is the massive elder brain dragon, and to her right is a Mignon. I did actually give him a name. It's not Fulgrim.
It's not false grim. All right.
That doesn't help.
Nope, doesn't help at all.
And once again, Marwin has no idea what's going on.
Well, I think what was it? The party was just
the
arguing
Lord of
about.
Access is sitting to her right, looking over this massive army. Karn,
Well,
as you take all this in, what's going on inside Karn's brain?
What would be going on inside of a changeling's mind at this point in time? Especially one with a background in spying? I could totally sneak in there. I could totally sneak
What
in
do
there.
you mean a background in spying?
Shh, you don't need to know this. And you're not here yet. Oh, you don't know what he's seen, what he hasn't seen.
Are you really going to risk our body just for a little bit more information?
I mean, I can't be seen.
Wait.
Not by these guys. I don't think.
You have some invisibility?
You're not
Looks
worried about the big squid-faced fool there at the head of all of this? The one that kind of looks like, I guess you could say it's the leader.
The brain.
And as you hear the voice tell you that, you do look up ahead, and there is one Elithid who appears to be larger than the rest. His outfit is more elaborate. It has the the extremely high collar, and his outfit it almost looks like it's made of living flesh, although it's not. It just the way that it's moving. It looks like it's alive.
That's going to be hard to replicate. Maybe one of the grunts. Let's see. Actually, from where I'm at, is there even a safe way down?
I mean, I'd assume they're
Let's see,
shadows.
what is your passive perception?
Passive perception. That would be 13.
Okay, yeah, with a 13, you really can't see a safe way down. This is pretty much a sheer drop. You kind of get the idea that this portion was how they started building this city. This is where they went in and then they dug down.
Lovely. Okay. Then I am going to back away slowly and start moving. Back towards the group, just to let them know that this way is a no-go.
As you turn around, you see it's not a bright flash, but you do see a flash. And between you and the party is one.
Ouch! What was that?
Between you and the party is one of these, these cannibal cultists. And let me see if he's even aware of you. That is the wrong box. Oh, I got it over here on the other side. Yeah, he's not even aware that you're behind him.
And he's going to be even more unaware of me being behind him, because I'm going to I'm just going to go ahead and pass without a trace and get past him.
All right.
I can afford to expend a little bit of key here. and just
Okay, as you go to do that, he's in the perfect position to slide a knife, or you could just bash his skull in. What's the worst that could happen?
I guess this is. I'm guessing this is where I'm going to try and do a little bit of wisdom here to save myself.
Yeah,
Mostly to see if I give in. Yeah, just to see if I give in. I'm going to choose to fail that.
Okay,
Because it is a very good idea. And I can take this guy's place if I need to. So, I'm going to take one of the Hellfire daggers. And we're just going to go... We're just going to go ahead and do a stealth takedown.
all right. Yeah, because he has absolutely no idea that you are behind him. Make your attack with advantage.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let's see here. That is... Oh, that is a plus 11 to that here. That is a 29.
Somehow you miss.
Bull
Yeah,
frick.
you definitely hit. And I'm not going to have you roll the damage. You drive the dagger. You know, as you approach behind him, you find a weak spot in the armor where plates come together, and you drive the dagger in. And before the dagger touches his flesh, you notice that your arm, the arm holding the dagger, it looks almost like a nebula. And as you drive the dagger in, you feel a surge of energy rush through your body, and you feel yourself becoming even more powerful as you feel a pop in your head.
Whoa.
And you get the idea that the tadpole in your head has been eliminated. And you watch as this cannibal cultist erupts into flame and then turns to dust. And the rest of you hear the sound of the armor clattering to the ground. And Karn, you hear that voice once again. I told you it's a good idea. Just trust in me. Look how much more powerful you are. Just giving me a little bit of control. And don't worry about your arm thing. You can easily cover that up. It's just a touch of the abyss.
I know you're playing me, but I like it. I'll go ahead and make my way back to the rest of the group in full plain view of everybody else.
So we all heard the armor clattering. That you said
Yeah,
that?
you all heard the clattering of the armor hitting the ground.
Lilith Nor is going to head towards the noise because she
Same
was
with
going to go that
Tess.
way anyways, and then had to get into an argument with people, and then so she's going to head that way and probably run into Karn and go, we were one short. Where'd you go?
What, nobody noticed I was gone? Then I'm doing my job right.
Nice avoidance of the question. You want to try that one again?
It's best not to ask Khan too many things.
Advanced recon.
Oh, what'd you find? Anything good? Anything I
No
should be
stick-
afraid of?
no safe way down, but a very, very, very large city filled with lots and lots of enemies. You guys remember the cannibals, right?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Mego, this is before you came along here, I think. Wait, maybe.
No,
maybe
no,
not.
no, no, no. That was
you were
that
there.
was the first session. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no. So yeah, you remember the cultists that were eating people? They're down there, lots of them, and their leader's down there too, along
Where
with the
are they
goddess of
finding the
change.
people to eat?
And does he have the?
Those were those villages that we kept coming across that were decimated. Yeah.
As well as the entire dwarven city that's down there.
Yeah.
Well,
Does the
didn't they eat
leader?
your tadpole too? If I understood right.
What?
Does
They
the?
ate your tadpole.
You didn't hear that?
We don't know about
we
that.
don't. Never
Oh,
mind.
well, actually, those
Maybe I
of
don't know
hold on. Those of us who have like the whole like psychic connection
We
thing,
would know
right?
that connection was missing.
Yeah.
Those of you that have tadpoles in your brains would realize that there is a severing of a connection.
What happened down there, Karn? And don't lie to me. You don't do it that well.
Wow. Getting called out by someone who thinks she's my boss.
Eleanor actually giggles at that.
I feel like at this point, thinks is the wrong verb.
Technically,
I mean,
if
I could
anyone
always call
had
your
been-
actual boss.
Go ahead and tell them. It's not like they can do anything now. You've already embraced me.
What's going on, Karn?
There's not much to tell. Killed a cultist. Started embracing the darkness a little bit more. Nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow that
darkness?
seems like an almost humorously understated explanation of what just occurred.
What darkness are you talking about?
Everyone except for Karn, give me an investigation check.
Ooh, I get a D4 to that. Can I cast guidance on myself as well?
Over here.
I don't know. All my dice have been being mean to me lately.
Can I?
The rest of the night. Let's try this one.
DM, can I give myself guidance for this check or no?
Yes.
I have. All right.
In my
cool, I
defense, Babs, it's kind of the way Terry and I have been playing towards Karn.
I know.
Yeah.
But I rolled a 25.
I think Lilith Moore got it.
I rolled, not even counting the 2 extra D4s. I got a nat 20.
I also got a nat 20.
Okay.
Everyone who got above a 15, you notice, although Karn has his hood over his face as he usually does, every now and then you see these glints of this purplish blue color trace along his veins, and it reminds you of the color of the void dragon when you first saw it pass over, the shifting of its colors. But you're seeing that every now and then, just glints of it going through his veins.
There's no way this is going to bite us in the ass.
What incredibly stupid thing did you do?
I believe I've already answered that. It's the next stage in my training, and I seem to have hit it without having to go and talk to a master. That's it.
Uh-huh.
So what was the clattering? Like Lilith Nord doesn't care. Like after everything she's seen,
Oh.
like, she's like whatever
Right.
weirdness. Like
You already said that he killed a cultist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Apparently,
that was
when
the
they
armor.
apparently when they die, they turn to dust. So
did that alert anyone else? Because that was kind of loud for us to hear.
That's what I'm saying.
we're pretty far up.
Where's the
So-
armor?
But they have a dragon.
Wait, okay, hold on. Who's got the tadpoles?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Tez,
Tez raises her hand.
Marlin, and
Wait, was that a
Brooklyn.
question in
Karn
character?
did
That's-
have
no, that's a
one, but his has
legitimate-
now been eliminated.
Yeah,
In
no, that was
Karn-
more of a question, like I believe in character, because there was like a
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
let's not subject those with tadpoles to the thingies because of whatever. Because that was the
I
whole
had-
conversation we were having when where Karn wandered off.
I can tell you, I still had my tadpole when I went up there, and I can tell you, it didn't affect me in the slightest when I was up there.
And they didn't
You
pick up
can
on
also
it at
tell
all.
that it's no longer
No.
there. So you want to tell us how you managed that one?
I believe
where's
it's
the
what
armor?
We have a friend.
And are we
who would like to know
entirely
how to do
certain
that.
that no one heard that?
I can go take if Tez and I want to go take a look, we can go retrieve the armor and then make sure we're not followed.
It would be a good idea if there is an army as large as he says there is.
I'm going to tell you this much right now. I wasn't heard, but if you're willing to go, you can go ahead and take a look.
Tez
I
is
will
already.
also go with you.
Yes, we should make certain we are not about to be attacked by an army.
I would also like to see what we're technically up against because the stories are horrifying in my head. I kind of would like a visual to match the horrifying in my head.
Right.
To hope that it's not as bad as I'm picturing, to be honest with y'all.
I
Tez
want
is just gone. already.
I want to see what we're
Marlin
looking
is
at.
just gonna kind of look at both of them and go, whatever, and she's just gonna sit down. She's
Oh my
feeling
God.
very old and very tired at this point.
She's not picking a fight for me to wander off. I'm out. And then she's going to go head towards where Karn came from.
He is, however, going
Yeah,
to look at Tez and say, "You are responsible."
Tez is already gone.
for that."
Tez is already gone. I said this earlier. Tez is gone.
However,
Tez
Right.
went ahead.
They're not.
however, Marlin still has the ability to communicate with Tez, even if she is not in sight.
This is correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Is
You are
anybody else
responsible for
following Tez
bringing her
and
back.
Lilith Nord?
Yes.
Okay, Mako, you going? How about you, Brooklyn? Are you following her as well?
I'm gonna follow her as well. Yes,
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
like to know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, Tez, since you're the first one that headed up, you quickly approach the armor. But as you pick it up, it begins to disintegrate in your hand, almost as if it's wet paper. It just begins to dissolve and turn to dust as you handle it.
Fuck, I wanted that.
As you all move further forward and get to the
I'll be
edge,
right back.
you all see the same thing I described to Karn. You see this overly massive army of Elithid warriors wearing adamantine armor and the cannibal cultist. And while you're standing there, you all get to witness something that Karn didn't get to see. You get to see a rift open up, and more of these cannibal cultists coming through.
Lovely.
And
we have
Tez
any more-
and Brooklyn, with you two having tadpoles in your head, you're getting no signal either. That you're even being detected. You're not seeing any recognition from the Elder Brain Dragon or the leader of the Elithids, the very large one.
So it sounds like there's a blockage between us and occultist?
Yeah, you kind of get the idea that Kevin's ward that he placed on you is keeping that communication silent.
All right.
Fair.
Hey, anyone know how much raw materials we still have in the bag of holding?
Quite a bit.
I was gonna say we'd have to look at the spreadsheet there.
What kind of raw materials?
Metals, mostly.
What are you going to do with metal?
I'm a weaponsmith. What do you think? I'm a weaponsmith and an armorer. What do you think I'm going to do with metal?
Can we not have this argument up here?
What do you think? I want to know what you think I'm going to do with metal.
I'm wondering what you're planning on doing with it right now.
Well, right now I'm planning on going back asking for a usage of a forge, given the fucking abysmal situation in front of us, so that I can make us a little bit more either protection or give us a little more firepower. Because right now I don't have access to my patron, and I
Can I
need
vote for
a bit more
firepower?
firepower.
Let's head back. Let's relay this, and let's see what the dwarves can give us, because I'm sure they're going to want to know what's sitting in their territory right now. So let's
Wow, what the fuck was that noise?
Brooke removed her camera and
I
scraped
moved
her
my
mic.
I moved my computer. Should have had my thing on mute.
Lilith, as you say that, you hear a voice behind you. Oh wow, they've gotten much bigger they have gotten. Yes, look at that. Wow. It's so shiny too. They weren't that shiny the last time I was up here.
Lilith Nor's going to react, except without pulling a sword. She's going to grab him and put her hand over her mouth and go, "Not here." Like
your hand passes right through because it's just an astral projection.
She's stressing so badly because this is worse than she actually thought in her head. And she's like, her brain is like, the hell did I get into? I don't want to be here. I don't want to get caught. I am like, her self-preservation is through the roof of the, we're going to sneak on out of here. And I'm like, just let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lilith Nor, do you know how to use a gun?
Follow. And you see Morrow's astral projection. You'll begin to head back down to where Marwin is.
And Marwin is still just kind of sitting there like this.
For the record, Tez, no, but I know how to use a crossbow, so it can't be that different, right? Sure. Yeah. Bigger keg. Same concept. I don't know.
I not really. They've got a lot more. They've got a lot more recoil.
Look, I will learn at this point.
I feel like it'll take a little bit too long to teach you. How long does it take to teach a weapon proficiency?
I would actually have to look that up. I think
it's in either Volo's guide or the player's handbook of Dungeon Master guide. Yeah, it takes a long while.
Is everybody following Morrow back down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 250 days.
Morrow gets back down there where Marwin and Karn are, and he goes, "Okay, follow. I have something to show you. Something that might be helpful. Something that might not. Who knows? Come on, follow."
That's encouraging.
Oh, do you have a forge?
Marwin just kind of sighs and goes, "Okay," and she gets up and she follows him.
And he begins to walk to a wall, and he goes through it. Because he's an astral projection.
So it's worse than we thought.
Considerably worse than we thought.
Like really worse, and they're bringing in more of the cannibal guys through a portal. Through a rift.
So they're not
so much worse. So much worse.
Give me a shit ton of metal and half a day.
What are you going to do in half a day?
I mean, half a day literally in the sense of 12 hours straight.
No, I understand, but
Well, the metal killed it. Like,
that
Well-
army is the literal size of a city. What are you going to do in half a day?
I'm going to do what I can.
I think what we need is we need to get back to the dwarves and we need to get them involved as well. Because they're the ultimate metalsmiths and see what we can't do about that.
Yeah.
Like with this
You
is
know what?
like Tez, like I appreciate your commitment to this, but like we
Yeah, I do need a lot more hands.
And also,
Hold on, let me and Tez just reaches into her back pocket and pulls out the schematics for her magic batteries and just is contemplating the schematics right now.
unless I am much mistaken, wasn't the Goddess of Change also down there?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep. And the elder brain. They're
This-
together.
this does not end well.
No. We thought it was two separate entities with the possibility of a team up. I was kind of hoping to pit each other against you, but that
Yeah, that's not going to
And
be a thing.
I say this as the person who was planning on just fighting the Void Dragon repeatedly until we won. That is more than we can handle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes, it is.
As you're discussing, you all see a tiefling head pop back out of the wall. Are you coming or not?
We are not
Tez
astral projections.
tries
we can't go
walking through.
walls.
You don't
Ted.
walk through walls, my friend.
Tez just has her helmet and it just faceplate down and just doesn't care. Tries walking through the wall.
You disappeared through the wall.
All right.
The hell?
all right, good to know.
Well,
Sounds
that
like
is
fun.
interesting.
You know, why does this surprise me? Lilith Nord just goes.
Karn walks through next.
Yep.
I will
Brooklyn
follow
walks
the disgusting
Follow
tiefling
straight
through the
through.
wall.
The wall is walkable.
I did
all
not
walk
expect
through,
the wall.
And as you all go through it, you realize that it's an illusion. There's a very large doorway there, but as you pass through the wall and look back, you can see where y'all just were and the hallway that you are in now. And Morrow is up ahead of you, just going, come on, follow.
Very
I
well.
am going to take you to the Great One.
The great
The
one.
great one.
Wait,
He's the
how
one.
great is
Best
how
blacksmith
great is he?
ever.
Wait, Morrow, can you please give us a little more information before we meet this great one? Like, what are we looking at? Because right now, there's
Tez
very
is-
little that I think I can handle anymore without some sort of information beforehand.
Tez is already
No.
pressing forward.
Who
Karn's
is
right
the
behind
great
her.
He's just the oldest dwarf alive. He's the greatest blacksmith. Great blacksmith. Best
That's all I
blacksmith.
needed. Dwarf, we got it. Let's go. I just needed to make sure it wasn't another insane monster. We're good.
You all follow Morrow down this pathway, and after about an hour, you come to this extremely large chamber. And the first thing you see is, hang on, I gotta pull up so I make sure I'm describing it correctly.
If the great one is Santa Claus,
He may as well be.
he might
We're,
be.
we're talking a Father Christmas moment.
Father Frost.
As you enter into this chamber, the first thing you see is this. It looks like a statue of an extremely large dragon. It has multiple sets of horns. One pair that goes up, another pair that curls around, and a third pair that drops down at an angle. And it almost looks like it has a mane. And you all quickly realize that looks like a statue of Baphomet.
You just hear Mako growl. like dragon growl, which is weird coming from what she looks like, but just growl. Like,
And underneath this massive statue is a great forge, and you see, an old, white-haired dwarf blacksmith just hammering away at something he's working on, and he pulls it out and he quenches it and looks like, no, it's still not right. Something is missing here. I am missing something. This is not going to work. And he begins to hammer, hammer away again, shoving the blade back into the forge.
All right. Hold on. It was said that this is the the oldest and like best dwarf blacksmith, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Given how closely Tez has like researched and based her stuff off of like dwarvish engineering and such, would Tez like know this guy's name?
No.
No? All right. No history check. Okay. Okay.
One of the dwarven great secrets.
Hey, dwarves keep secrets too.
Yeah.
And he's just, he heats the blade up again and he's pounding away at it again. And without looking, looking back, he goes, "You, angel girl, come here."
How in the hell did he know I was here?
You don't get to a certain age without getting that weird sixth sense. It's weird.
Yes, small hairy thing. What do you want?
Rude. For the record, those are all in character.
Come here and take hold of the blade. Preferably not actually the blade. Take hold of the handle.
I was about to say, that doesn't sound like a wonderful idea, but I can hold the hilt for you if you need that. And Yana takes hold of the hilt.
As you take hold of the hilt, make a Constitution saving throw.
Any blacksmith will tell you never touch anything in the forge.
That's what I was saying. That is a 17.
With a 17, you feel this sudden rush of energy flowing into you. It's not heat. It's this energy. This is celestial energy. And as you're looking at the sword, it should be cooling. He's had it out of the furnace for a while, but the blade is still red hot. And you feel yourself getting more powerful. You feel yourself getting more confident, stronger. Almost as if you've went up a couple of levels.
Okay, then.
I have found the wielder. Yes, you will do as the wielder, angel girl. It's just missing one more piece. And he looks at you, Marwyn, he goes, the tooth of the dragon. Can I have it?
Does Marwyn still have it? Because she doesn't remember.
I have it. Lilithnor has it.
I thought you placed it in the bag of holding.
Wait, the dragon tooth dagger?
I honestly don't remember.
No, the void dragon's tooth that came through a rift in time.
That's what I was looking at, was finding that transcript. So I don't remember who has it.
I think you have it because it was in your handwriting, and
yes, I was looking for all of that without success. So let's
you did have it.
Let's go on the assumption that Lilithnor has it.
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he looks at you. Goes, bugbear, the tooth.
Yeah. The tooth? Here. And then she walks over and hands it to him.
And he takes the tooth and he examines it. Goes, yes, this will do. And he looks back at you, Iona, and he goes, "Sorry, I haven't asked your name."
My name is Yana Stormlight. What is your name?
"I am Grofnar. If you wouldn't mind, place and hold the sword upon the anvil."
She does.
And he places the tooth onto basically in the center of the sword. And he goes, and he raises his hammer and he goes, "May Baphomet bless you." And he slams it down, driving the tooth into the sword. And you begin to see fissures of black void spread across the sword, intertwining with the red hot flaming blade. "That should do it. That's it. That should be a god killer."
Wait,
Should
this
be.
sword will kill a god.
Should be.
It should.
I don't like those odds.
Unfortunately, I've had to do this with residual flames of Lord Baphomet, as he has not awakened in a few thousand years.
That solves one of our problems, right?
Assuming that I can get close enough to her, how many people want to sacrifice themselves?
It seems you're the wielder, according to what he said. So I guess it's you.
How
Good
big
job.
is the sword? That's my question. How big is the sword?
It's
Like, are
it's
we
a
talking a
two-handed
clay?
great sword.
All right. Any ideas how to? Any? I know this is a stupid question. Any ideas how to awaken Baphomet?
Why are we waking him up?
Well, if the sword has been forged,
course my
it's not
internet
exactly
craps.
like we can reforge it.
My internet just crapped out at the perfect time, it seems. All right. Was my question heard, or do I have to say it again?
Yes, no, I was saying that the sword has been forged and the tooth has been connected to it somehow. I doubt we can reforge the weapon.
I'm not asking. I'm not questioning reforging the weapon. I'm saying.
I mean, to help us with this? Or, like, because you want to talk to him? Like, why are we waking up a dragon? I really worry that us waking up other great elder beings is going to lead us to more enemies that we can't handle.
That is entirely reasonable. However, at the moment, we are limited in high-powered allies. And honestly, the only one who can take on a god is a god.
Looks to Salomon.
So there's that.
No.
I'm not familiar with Baphomet, though. That's not one of the gods I learned about in school.
Given how you mentioned the residual flame, I'd assume that not quite god killer, but still powerful weapons could be forged if we had more of Baphomet's flame, right? Am I correct in assuming this, Mister?
I could forge a lot if I had more of Lord Baphomet's flames, but again, and he points up at what looks like a statue. He goes, "He has not awoken in 2,000 years."
Oh,
of course.
So that's Baphomet. And Iana just kind of looks up and goes, or Lilith Nor, sorry. Wrong character. Damn.
Really wrong character.
Really?
Wrong player, even.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on. Sorry. I cut back on caffeine and my brain's suffering for it.
Marvin is going to look at the dwarf and ask in Dwarven, I have a connection to another god. Would contacting this other god be of assistance in getting you what you would need?
And speaking to you and Dwarven, the only thing that can awaken Lord Baphomet is the return of his sister.
Who is his sister?
But she was banished over almost a millennia and a half ago.
Who is his sister?
Tiamat.
Ah, fuck.
We are not bringing the wait. I don't speak Dwarvish.
I don't speak
I do.
Dwarvish either.
Can someone? Your whole facial expression seemed very bad. You want to fill us in for your little private conversation?
So the only way to wake up Baphomet is to wake up his sister, who has been missing for over 1,000 years. Tiamat. Tiamat was...
No!
We are not bringing that bitch back to the prime material.
Okay.
Tiamat and Marwyn is sort of looking around at everyone like, shut up so I can tell the bugbear.
I got the gist of it. You can't wake that one up until you bring the other one back, but apparently there are some very angry people against that.
It gets worse.
She is the goddess of draconic evil.
Oh, so like,
No, I don't want to bring that back then.
She was also defeated by the same heroes that are responsible for my standing here today.
but okay. So like, in theory, we have to bring back this banished sister who is evil,
which we are not going to do.
Oh, wait, hold on. Isn't one of those heroes still alive?
List of adversaries than our list of allies.
That's the point I was trying to get at. Okay.
Yeah, and hold on. Isn't one of those heroes still alive?
Yes.
Yeah. Which one was it again?
Nicholas Goldgrave.
Oh yeah.
And Kevin. And Kevin.
Oh, and Kevin. Yeah.
I would prefer not getting Kevin involved.
We already have Kevin involved. What are you talking
more than he already is?
Hero, but yes, that is also.
You'd prefer it, but
that is also
we
where
don't really have too many choices.
So,
good old Kevin.
So, as much as I would love to absolutely just go away, go to my tiny little island and never leave again and pretend this didn't exist, I am now stuck here because if I do, it means that you lot will probably fail because you guys are a mess and a half. And then my family gets killed anyways.
I mean, at least you wouldn't know the difference.
What?
You wouldn't know the difference. If
know.
all of this is destroyed, none of us will know a difference.
Yes, I get that part. But we have a better chance, apparently, according to Kevin, if we stick together. Apparently. Yes. Allegedly.
In theory, yes.
Back to the days where I got to experiment and just kill people. It was so much simpler.
It was a lot simpler when I didn't have an entire entourage following me everywhere I went.
You can blame Kevin on that. I wouldn't still be here if it wasn't for him.
I mean, no, we got banded together before we met Kevin.
Yeah.
Yep.
It sounds like
I gathered most of these individuals long before Kevin.
You gathered? We got assigned by a priestess.
Yeah, I know.
I got assigned by.
Kevin in the woods.
I would have made very different choices.
I still would have beat you with that tankard. It was a fun boss.
I was changed to a table. I'm still thankful for being rescued.
Fair enough.
I'm actually going to tell Maman the next time we are home that you are the one to hit me with that tankard, and then you can deal with Maman.
Okay,
she's way scarier than Kimish.
I think I told her that while we were both high on Dream Lily.
Yeah, she's way scarier than Tiamat. That's probably the only reason you're still alive.
So, great one. Any advice?
To be fair, I didn't know you were there, but I still would have hit you. It was a fun bar fight.
Yeah.
So once again, we are not bringing back the draconic god of evil,
which is fine. Any advice on how we move forward? Then?
I mean, yeah.
I was going to say, is there another?
All we have is one really powerful weapon. and then you have the rest of us.
Marwin is going to look up at him again. Is Tiamat his only sibling?
Yes, they were created at the same time. One
Okay.
good, one evil.
Right.
Balancing.
Of course. Is there
would you-
any other like ways to
What about the other gods?
wake him up?
These are not the only gods that left Xodia.
The problem is have they been closed off? Because we've been losing other planes.
That is not part of my question.
Ooh,
The
weren't we
bug man
supposed to
does have
go
a
to a
point.
plane? Weren't we supposed to go somewhere? Weren't we supposed to go to Celestial or something like that
I believe so. Yes.
before we saw
hold
the
on.
army the size of a city?
Yeah.
God, help
I
me.
believe we were. Yeah.
We were supposed to go to one of the afterlives.
Yeah, you were supposed to go to the astral plane, which is easily accessible through the pendant that Sahaman wears.
We just can't get back, if my understanding is correct.
Yeah.
It's one way there. You have to find a different way back.
Okay.
Yeah. Got it.
Guys, I think we're going to have to go through the pendant. We need allies capable of standing up against a god.
Hypothetical, you think we could just evacuate this entire realm to another realm and just call it a day?
It's been
No,
done
because
before.
another thing is it's not just the material plane that's getting reset, if I remember right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, everything gets reset except for the abyssal plane if the void dragon completes its mission.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. There's really nowhere you can go, Lilith. Nor that's the problem. Like, you can't run from it.
Say out of character. Your theory is why don't we just take Bikini Bottom and move it someplace?
Why don't we take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else?
Because it don't follow us.
That's all I
That's
heard.
what I'm afraid of. Doesn't matter where we go.
I think we need to risk the journey.
I do too, because we can't run from it.
We can't run from this, but we might be able to. The reality is, if we fail, it's not just us. It's everything. Everywhere. Everyone. And if we can convince the denizens of the other planes to join us, we might have a chance. Maybe. But it's more than what we have if we try and do it ourselves without even giving them the opportunity to be involved. Fighting is not my thing. Diplomacy.
Diplomacy?
Yes.
Talk. Finding common ground. That is where I live. That is my home. And if that is our only chance, that's what it sounds like to me. I know that it's a one-way trip, but we can figure out a way to come back. But if we don't figure out a way to come back, we're no worse off than we are now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she does have a point. And we would probably live longer there.
But we can't do this on our own. Solomon is a demigod, and it's already been shown that he can't go up against these creatures by himself or even with our help.
Wait. The Void Dragon is roughly on the same level as a god, yes?
Yes.
It might be worth trying out this new sword on him before we do that. What is the worst that would happen? Solomon dies again?
Or you die again.
Back on Groundhog's Day.
Would we have to come back and get the sword again?
No.
That is a good point.
Oh, God.
And also, it only resets if the Void Dragon kills Solomon, which, one, we don't want to happen, and two, if you're the one who gets killed, does not reset a time loop.
Yes,
and
but
we could just push Solomon. We could just push Solomon in.
Are we sure that actually works?
No,
like-
we
It's
aren't.
worked
that's the
twice
problem.
before.
It has worked twice before. That is.
Did we die any of those times? We died.
Yes,
I-
one of those
we
times,
did.
didn't we?
I
Never mind. I void my question.
No, well, first time Solomon was the only one that died, and then the second time everyone died.
Yeah, that's okay. I retract my question.
I died
just
first
worked
though
two
because
out
I
of
ran
two
directly
times.
into it.
I say before we attempt that, we gather more allies. It can't hurt to try, but failing absolutely will hurt.
Oh, so I'm
Until it
pretty sure
doesn't. And then
Solomon
it's
doesn't
not a
want to
problem.
die for us anymore. To reset it.
Yeah, Solomon looks at you all and goes, I would prefer not to die. You really don't know how much that sucks. I've already died twice.
See?
I mean,
I'm
I've
not willing to risk it.
But
So
you came back.
No. That's a special type of hell that even I don't want to play with. Like, no.
What was the name of the smith again?
He never said.
Yes, he
Uh,
did.
Great one? The old one?
The one that's still in the room with us.
Ah, crap! I can't remember his damn name now. I just
Middle name great.
All right. I'm going to go back into the stream like a few minutes.
yeah.
I
So I
thought it
didn't
was
actually
Great
give
One.
him a name. He was just blacksmith, but I had
Maybe
to
it's
give
the
him.
great one.
Yeah, I'm
You
pretty
said
sure
like it
was
was
the Great One.
no. It was like Gare something or other.
Gruff
Gareth?
something.
Grufnor or something.
Geronor, I think, or something.
Oh, yeah.
Garanor.
Gruffnor. It was Gruffnor.
Gruffnor.
I wrote it down.
All right.
At least somebody did.
Hey, I write
Alright.
the histories based on the transcripts later.
Well, there you
Yeah,
go.
Grufnor.
Gruffnor.
I put it in the chat.
All right. Yeah.
I say we go
That
to the other realm first.
Master Gruffnor, how can you forge anything else? Like, how much would you be able to forge?
It took me 300 years just to forge that sword.
All right. What if we try forging something smaller? Like, I don't know, a bullet.
Arrowhead?
The flames of Baphomet are slowly dying. I don't know how much longer they're going to be worthy of the forge.
Wow.
Is Tez, is there a way that you could possibly teach him to be able to like forge those battery things that you make so that while we go play off into the celestial realm, like maybe him and some other dwarves could be working back here?
I've already shown the schematics to the dwarf king.
Okay.
And
But
But is Grufnor
yeah,
trapped? I got the impression he was like trapped.
wait, no, he's just been working. But Master Gruffnor, can I perhaps get your opinion on a creation of mine?
Speak.
So I've been developing a magical battery that sort of fills itself up with the ambient magic around for a later use, and I'm wondering if you see any way, just looking at these, and she pulls out her schematics for the batteries, including her advanced batteries so far, and shows them, and just see any way to like streamline it or improve it that doesn't require making them bigger.
He takes him his schematics and he looks at them. He goes, "Give me some time. When you return from the other plane, if you leave here, you're going to return here. I should have something worked out by the time you return."
okay.
All right,
And
thank
maybe-
you, Master Gruffnor. It's an honor to collaborate with you.
And Master Grufnor, maybe see if you can use that to harness some of Baphomet's energy.
I can see what my lord will allow me to do.
I mean, the worst thing he can say is no.
Right.
And he turns and
The
looks
worst
at
thing that could happen is it could blow up.
If it
Lord
blows up, it
Baphomet has
takes all
protected
of
this
the
forge.
cultists with it.
No, if it blows up, the container still survives. It just expels the contained energy within. Trust me, I had to make that fail safe.
Oh, yes, I remember. The bill for that was ferocious.
However, it did lead to great progress.
The bill was horrendous.
It's an investment.
It's a great investment, though.
The
I'm
bill
sorry,
was
Master Gruffnor,
awful.
for the interruption. What were you saying?
he looks over at Karn. And you, changeling.
Yeah.
Come here.
And he will.
And Gruffnor grabs you by your robes and he pulls you in closer, and you can see this flash in his eyes. And he has you in a position to where only you can see, and you get you're automatically hit with the with the sensation that inside him is contained the same energy that's inside of you. The abyss can be powerful. Use it, but do not allow it to corrupt you.
He'll nod and back away just a little bit slower. But he has not he has not given his typical monk bow of respect here in this case here. It's more of a okay, danger.
Is Solomon with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solomon, I think it's time. I think we need to go.
And as you say that, he removes the pendant from around his neck. He goes, "All right, everyone, take a hand." And he holds the pendant in one hand, and he has his other hand stretched out or outstretched.
Marwyn will reach for his free hand with her right hand, and for Brooklyn's hand in her left.
Before I reach for anyone's hand, I'm going to look at the dwarf and say, is there a sheath for this? Because it's still on fire. It would be slightly inconvenient to just carry around.
It should dissipate once you release the hilt. So once you place it in its sheath.
But that's what I'm saying. Is there a sheath?
Ah, shit, he forgot to make a sheath.
Shit, get the leather working.
We're dealing with fire.
Shit, get out the awl. We need to get leather working.
He turns and he hands you a specially designed sheath. It's very elaborate, made of dwarven steel, silver, and gold, and it looks like along the length of the sheath is a beautiful angel where the wings are wrapping around the sheath.
This is very beautiful. Thank you.
And as you slide your this great sword into the sheath, you feel the energy and the heat dissipate from it as it slides in, letting you know that it's safe.
Okay. Now we go.
And as everyone takes hands and Solomon gets ready to crush the pendant, Yana, you feel something wrap around your wrist. And as Solomon crushes the pendant and you all begin to dissolve out of the prime material plane and enter into the abyssal plane, Yana, you realize Morrow has wrapped his tail around your wrist and he's smiling as you all disappear into the abyssal plane or the ethereal plane.
You disgusting tiefling!
And you all rematerialize in the ethereal plane. You're actually in the Raven Queen's foyer.
Oh wow.
And you can hear one familiar voice and one unfamiliar, both of them feminine, in the next room. And you hear the familiar voice, which is that of the Raven Queen.
Okay.
I can't just continue to throw them at them, Mother. There's got to be something we can do. There's got to be some way we can give them more time.
Mother?
I'm not sending these beautiful creatures to slam against this torrent over and over again. It just doesn't make any logical sense.
Oh, great.
So is the Raven Queen talking to her daughter, or is the Raven Queen talking to her mother?
The familiar voice we heard was, yeah.
Okay, so she's talking to her mother.
Yeah.
Do we know who her mother is?
Yeah, that's my next question. Can we do a check on that of some sort?
I think we're about to go find out.
Yeah.
Well, while everyone else is trying to figure that out, Yana has the tiefling up against the nearest wall with a dagger to his throat.
Ooh,
You know, it's very convenient that we are in the land of the dead because you are about to be one of them.
Well, Nor's gonna walk over to Yana and put a calming hand on Yana's shoulder and goes, I got one with poison on it if you'd prefer to use that. But like
That would be lovely. Thank you.
yeah.
Stop pinning tieflings to walls. That's my job.
That is
This disgusting denizen of the underworld touched me without permission. He deserves to die.
Can I just high five Tez? Just like, yeah.
Marwin is going to look over at Iana, very frustrated. Iana, we have a limited number of allies as it is, and I understand that you have your own issues with tieflings, but now is neither the time nor the place. Can we survive this first?
Also, I don't think the Raven Queen's gonna be happy if you spill blood on her floors.
Yeah, that.
Blood is very hard to get out of carpets.
Let's see.
Well, then I
Ayana,
will use the
give me a
poison dagger. There will not be
charisma
much
saving
blood.
throw.
Well, Ice is your friend in this case, but
Who's rolling a charisma saving throw?
Yana.
Charisma saving throw. Here we go. That is a 15.
You suddenly feel very, very calm.
oh no, not this one.
Aw, calm emotions.
As Morrow used calm emotions.
I am no longer upset. I am still feeling murderous.
Also, it's a scary murderess where you're calm and murderous.
Iana, this is not the time nor the place. Please do not murder our allies.
If that cat had touched me in this way, I would have fed him to you for supper.
Oh,
How did he touch you?
Scrawny and covered in hair, but that is neither here nor there. We have a limited number of powerful allies. Please leave the tiefling alone.
Hold on,
We have
how
not
did-
seen any proof that the tiefling is powerful. His father might be useful if we could stomach speaking to him.
I think that's it. If you can stomach.
As you're arguing, as
Already
you're looking at
we-
Morrowind and pseudo arguing with her, you feel yourself being lifted off the ground as he's now used Big B's hand to just pick you up and move you.
Big B's hand.
All I can think of is that Mike's Hard Lemonade follows the spell name. It's just Mike's Hard Lemonade could be a spell.
I mean, true.
This is true.
Lilith North's just gonna kind of look up at Jan and go, "All right, this isn't going according to plan. How about we
Can we
separate?"
please get back to our objective.
Tez
I
is
do
sketching
know who the
something in
Raven
her
Queen's
notes.
mother is. Is that a Arcana check or a history check?
I'd think it would be a religion check.
Yeah, it would be a religion check.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're
Okay,
dealing with
is-
gods and their lineages here.
DM, is this something that Marwyn would realistically have learned in her studies?
No.
Okay.
Is this something that Yana would know from interacting with gods on a regular basis?
Yes.
Yana, can you please tell us who this woman, who the Raven Queen's mother is? Thank you.
Do I need to roll a check for that?
Yeah, for you, it would actually be a history check because you spent a portion of your life, in the celestial plane.
That is a 19.
Hang on, I gotta make sure I spelled that correctly. A second here. I did not. I switched. Almost gave a totally different name.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Her mother is a goddess named Luminous.
I don't know that name. What do you know about it? Her.
And you, Tiefling, as soon as this situation is resolved, I am going to skin you.
Please don't.
Just
We
not
don't
here.
need his father upset with us. We've already got one god that we have to deal with.
His father is not a god. He is a
No,
great
but his
demon.
father is incredibly
still,
powerful beyond all imagining, and we do not need him upset with us.
Exactly.
I said when we were done. He
I
will
mean,
be upset
technically,
with
it's only
me
gonna
and
be upset
anyone.
with Iana. It's only gonna be upset with Iana, not the rest of us.
I
I
mean,
wonder
that
if
is
sacrificing Iana could give me any.
Because
Yeah,
Father's not the
I'll
one you
think
need to
about
worry about. Father is never the one you need to worry about.
Is it mother?
It's Lee that you have to worry about. Lee never likes it when somebody tries to kill me.
Okay. Well,
Lee?
let's.
DM have we as this party met Lee yet? I don't believe we have.
No, you have
Have-
not.
Have we
So
even
this-
heard
This
of Lee?
group of individuals has no idea what he's talking about.
Right.
Who's Lee?
Who is this Lee?
Lee? Oh, that's Mark's right hand woman. Yes, right hand woman.
Oh. Mark's right hand woman.
I don't know much about Mark or Kevin or any of these people, but I feel like that's a terrible plan. So how
Mark
about
is
we go-
dead.
Oh,
Mark is
Mark,
dead.
Mark is dead.
Yes,
The
I know
Grim
that.
Reaper.
But like, I don't know enough about him besides being death and like how he would be. That it doesn't matter. I also feel like it's super rude that we're just kind of hanging out in the foyer and not announcing ourselves, Miss Little Diplomat over there. Just saying.
Wait, who's Death's left hand? Does Death have a left hand?
One would assume, how else would he hold the scythe?
That'd be Kevin.
God damn it! Why is that making me laugh? Why is that?
Okay,
making me
that
laugh?
that
God damn.
was
That just caught me off guard.
Oh,
Marwyn is going to look at Iana. Are you good now?
I'm going to speak to Mark and Kevin about skinning this wretch later, but I am fine for now.
See, asking
Then-
permission. We're good. Let's go.
That's a good start.
Then
We're getting there.
I will take the lead and announce us to the Raven Queen and her mother.
Yes, Luminous.
Have we been hearing anything since like all the commotion broke out, or is it dead silent in the other room now?
No, all you've been
Like, I
hearing
know we're
is,
there.
has been the Raven Queen, speaking with her mother.
A
All right,
conversation
so the Raven
that
Queen
Marwyn was
somehow has
actually
not
trying-
heard us. All right.
I was gonna say they're gods. They would know we're there.
They
Alright.
already know we're here, but however, that was a conversation Marvin was trying to listen to.
It is not my fault that this disgusting tiefling chose to violate my person.
All right. How did the tiefling touch it? Where on the doll did that?
Let's not
go that way.
go talk
Please.
to the Raven
Sorry.
Queen.
It's the phrasing. It's the phrasing that just made me think that. All right.
Later, Tez. Later.
The way that it's phrased is just poorly. It's like the emoji that Babs was using.
As
when
all
I
this is
said
going
Just
on,
touch. I cannot help it that I am old enough to be your mother.
Stay on track.
Yep.
as you're all arguing, you finally hear a voice from the other room. You lot come in now.
Well, let's go. And
That
Card will
did
open
not
the door.
sound like a
Already
request.
walking at this point.
Yeah, Lilith knows already kind of walked away from Yana and Morrow, and it's just gonna go in.
Yeah, Tess has just been.
As soon as she enters, Marwyn drops into her deepest curtsy because while she has a more familial and familiar relationship with the Raven Queen than perhaps the others do, given her particular situation, this is still a god.
Tez is just treating this like a normal Tuesday.
Because
Yeah,
it is a
I would-
normal
You
Tuesday.
said
Tez
it was a queen, so like regular queen, royalty, blah blah blah.
Queen of
Tez
Death.
was
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mako's
The
going to do all of the things, the pomp and circumstance that are required for somebody of that particular level.
Tez was taught manners when she was 5, and then she was tossed onto the street. She does not. She does not bow to royalty.
And
That is
Marwyn
not
is going to
something-
grab Tez's wrist and yank her down.
Can I make a strength check?
Yes.
All right, give me a strength contest, Marlon and Tez.
All right.
Please
Oh, wait,
tell
where's
me
my
you
luck
don't
rock?
you get forced to your knee.
Hold on. I forgot where my luck rock is. Hold on. Yeah. I don't need the luck rock right now. All right. So I got a 21. Oh wait, no, 19. I got a 19.
I got a 14.
Yeah, no, Tess is just
Can I
standing
Keep in
there.
mind that Tez is like almost a foot taller
on.
than Marwyn.
Hold on.
Okay. I missed what we're. Let's see.
Tez is just over hold on. How tall is Marwyn again?
5'6".
5'6". Tez is almost a foot taller. Probably is a foot taller in her armor. That's just like
Hang on.
completely covering her. Just
I rolled a 22 to assist Marwyn in forcing you down to the ground.
why? Why are you? Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
You just feel Mako's head go to the back of your head. Just,
Lilith is gonna be like stepping away
Oh,
from them.
Some respect.
Touch me, and you will be electrocuted.
Lilith
Do
Nor
not
bows and
touch-
as she
I
bows,
don't like it when someone touches the back of my head. And Tess is just pointing just the lightning launcher at
Hang on.
Mako. Just don't do that.
Marwyn is
again.
going to lean down and remind Tez that while Tez no longer has access to Eldritch Blast, Marwyn does.
And I have a gun.
Lilith bending over in a bow is going to look at all of them and say, "Shut up."
Hang on, I extend.
Are
extend the claws.
Are they
Solomon-
still? Is Mako still just holding down Tez or
No, I
Yes.
just pushed you down. I didn't keep it there.
pushing? All right. Tez is
So-
just going to stand up and just brush herself off. Just don't
And
do
Marley
that
is
again.
going
Well, all
to
this is-
stay in her curtsy and look up at the Raven Queen and like, I can't teach her any manners. I've tried.
As all this is going on, Solomon just strolls in, walks up to the Raven Queen and gives her a kiss on the cheek, and then walks over to the other person in the room, which is she looks human. She looks human. She's small. She looks frail. Her long black hair is streaked with silver. And Solomon walks up to the Raven Queen, gives her a kiss on the cheek, and goes, "Hello again, mother." And then he walks over to the lady sitting in, and unironically, a rocking chair. And he leans down and gives her a kiss on the cheek as well. And he goes, "And good to see you too, grandmother."
I'm sorry.
And she's just sitting there rocking and smiling as she looks over all of you, and she continues her knitting. How many of you have a passive perception over 15?
Me.
Passive perception over.
Those of you with a passive perception over 15, you notice while she's knitting. She's knitting current events.
Oh, fucking hell.
She's
And
Solomon's
why she
grandmother.
wasn't-
No.
hence why she wasn't surprised by our
No.
coming in.
Luminous is the goddess of time.
Yep.
That feels like a weird name choice for a goddess of time.
Luminous is the Tolkien Elven word for time.
All right, I just think luminous and then lumen and light. So I don't know Tolkien Elvish. Fuck, the headset fell off.
I technically do. Okay, so basically, Raven Queen is Solomon's mom. Luminous is his grandmother. Luminous is Raven Queen's mom. You have 3 generations there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Luminous looks at all of you for a moment. She goes, "I've had to restart this twice."
Marwyn at this point just looks very, very concerned.
I really don't like people mucking about with the timeline, but prophecy and all, that can't be helped sometimes. She's just knitting away.
I would speak to your grandson about that. It seemed as if it was when he died that things reset.
We apologize for this inconvenience.
There's
Well,
no worries. I can always fix the timeline later.
Well, we were
It's powerful.
actually coming to speak with a noob, if we may, about the possibility of enlisting her siblings in our quest.
The Raven Queen looks at you and goes, "And which one would that be?"
Well, any that are willing to come?
Unfortunately, other than myself and, well, Mother, we're the only gods that are supposed to be here. I can't leave because, well, I'm death. And, well, of course, Mother can't leave because, well, she's time.
Well,
I understand that.
What about?
And my sister was not supposed to vacate her position.
But she clearly has, and clearly your accords have been broken. Therefore, it is within your power to take steps to help us. We're not asking you to do it for us. We're just asking for enough assistance that we have even the smallest hope of being successful. Because what's the point if we fail and it all ends anyway?
That's what I was discussing with Mother. She goes, there's, at this point in time, because of the actions of my sister, the abyssal plane is slowly dissolving away from the prime material. You're going to have to reconnect this plane and one other.
How?
And which one?
Does
The
it matter?
infernal the infernal plane.
Oh dear. Can we leave Iana here while we do that?
We're on the astral plane, not the celestial.
That was kind of my point.
Rude
We have
but
to go to the
wise.
infernal plane. I do not want to take Iana with us.
I do. I want to
Do
see
not
how she
control her
reacts.
temper when it comes to infernal beings.
Unfortunately, mortal beings can't stay in here for long.
Is she mortal though?
Yes,
am half
he is a
mortal.
mortal being.
Father was definitely human. We checked.
Well, that answers that.
But look on the bright side. If you do die, you just come back here.
I get that if we die, we come back here. But if we die, we come back here and we can't get back to the other plane, our home plane.
This is true.
All I ask is if that happens, someone let my parents know.
Yes,
Can
same.
Remy let our families know?
If
we
something
try.
happens, please tell my parents.
Unfortunately, if you fail, then
There is no
there's not
parents.
going to be anybody left.
I mean, that is fair. And that is my concern. That's why we're asking for help.
If you can reestablish the connection or strengthen the connection of my plane, I can send you to the infernal plane, where you will have to reestablish the connection there.
How do we do that?
That's where Mother comes in.
Okay.
Marwyn is going to turn to Lumos, and from where she had stood to her, rather diminutive height of 5'6", she is going to sink back down again into an even deeper curtsy, if at all possible, affording the goddess of time all due reverence.
Luminous looks at you and goes, there's no need for that, dear. I'm just an old lady.
No,
a very
no.
old lady.
A badass old lady.
Marwyn is going to look up at her and go, no, Mama. I am an old lady. You are a goddess.
I don't see why you're arguing with a goddess on her classification here.
I feel like this is awkward blustery.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking as someone who has met many of them, the gods don't actually care if you bow.
Yeah.
And Marwyn is at this point feeling her own mortality very heavily as the oldest mortal member of the party.
Wait, how
Not
old are you?
Not counting Karn.
I'm not sure Karn counts as mortal.
How old are you?
Marwyn is 45.
Oh,
I'm 15 years older than you.
You're also, in terms of your own people, barely an adult.
I'm still older than you and mortal.
I don't know if I count as mortal.
Embarrassing yourselves.
I know.
So,
This is
as this discussion is going on, Luminous is just having a good little chuckle. And technically, I'm not a god. I'm a primordial.
primordial. Interesting.
You should
I would
probably
imagine
count
that.
lower.
I would imagine that the bowing and the scraping apply even less to you then.
So,
Interesting.
Back to the question at hand, how do we reconnect the planes? I don't think that's magic that any of us possess.
She sets down her knitting and she grabs out a fresh ball of yarn and she begins to outstretch it. And you can see it begin to twinkle and glow. All of you take hold, including the tiefling.
Marwyn
Well,
reaches
come on,
forward
Morrow.
for the yarn.
Lilithnor grabs it.
And
Okay.
Tez
Likewise.
grabs it.
Iana grabs it.
I just kind of touch it.
As all of you take hold of it, including Morrow, you're all hit with these visions. Kind of a quick timeline. You see, you see literally the beginning of time and the start of everything, all the way up to to the current events. And each of you, you each see, or all of you see, like one moment that really.
You froze.
Marwyn, you see, when you see the events when you were in the cave, freeing the Myconids, and your bravery to push forward. Brooklyn, you see your battle with the Wendigo at the beginning of your adventures, and you taking on that curse that you turned into a gift.
Correct.
But each of you, you each see one important event, and she's looking at all of you. She goes, each of these events, had they not occurred in the order that they did occur, could have led to something worse. She goes, let me show you all one more. She goes, will you hush? And
The
she
divine
looks
cat
at
in the cat tree.
He heard a yarn and decided to come investigate.
Come here, you little shit.
I want to play too.
Give me dice.
there.
Our little raven queen.
And she goes, let me show you one event that, had it not occurred the way it did, things of this plane could have been horribly, horribly worse. And you all see, you see a slightly younger Morrow standing in front of a vampiric lord. And above them is this brilliant, almost blinding bright light. And you hear Morrow laughing as he embraces this vampire in a hug. And you hear him utter the words, this is going to be fun. because only one of us is fire resistant. As you see
I like
a
this guy.
delayed burst fireball detonate, incinerating the vampire. She goes, if he had not have been willing to risk his life in such a fashion, that lord would have continued his reign of terror, and either you would not be here, or you would be vampires, one of the two. I have spent centuries, well, more than centuries, multiple millennia, chronicling each millennia, piece by piece, turning them into these lovely tapestries. If you ever think that what you are doing is wrong or isn't important, recall this. And I am going to show you one more thing. And she gives you a glimpse. And as she's showing you these images, you all see one thing in particular. You see a large crystal. You see that one has been placed in the plane of water, one in the plane of fire, one in the infernal plane, and one here in the abyssal plane. And because 3 of those 4 have already been disconnected from the prime material, you quickly get the idea that that's the source. That's what's cutting off the planes.
Is the crystal?
And then you all see one more image.
Wow.
And for each of you, it's different, but it's pretty much the same. You each see yourself being the only survivor, surrounded by your dead friends and family and much more. But you also see a separate image where you're all alive and you're celebrating and you're being hailed as heroes and rejoicing.
Okay.
Those last 2, I don't know how to add into my fabric. You are the only ones who can determine your path. I can't. My daughter can't. Not even Solomon. Your path determines the future.
Interesting.
But unfortunately, there is only 2 clear paths. Either you succeed, or we all fail.
Marwin is going to look up and use the formal address that presents in her mind as being the correct one.
Huh?
Tombe de Grammaire. The events that you've shown me, and I'm assuming my companions, these were major events. This was a major event in my life. Major events always have consequences. I find myself wondering if it's not the simple events that maybe we need to pay more attention to.
She chuckles a little bit. She goes, now you're getting it, dear.
It's the quiet moments. The moments where we don't think what we do matters. You showed me rescuing the Myconids in the mines. That was big. That was big in a lot of ways. It was noisy. It was bloody. It was vicious. It was brutal. But that's not all life is. Life is toast and sunshine and coffee. And giving my mother a kiss as I walk out the door to my next meeting.
And as you say that, once again, she, that smile seems to deepen as she's, she's like, realize, enjoying the fact that you're realizing, exactly what's at stake and what it really means. And, she grabs her tapestry and she unfurls it. And, as you're looking at the tapestry, you see all of those small moments that she has weaved into this tapestry. Both those that you shared by yourself and those that you shared with your friends during your downtime. But you see that all of those moments are weaved into this tapestry. I simply progress time forward. Without you mortals, I have nothing to weave. Continue doing what you do best. Fight, love, and live. You mortals have always astounded me on how well you're able to do those three things. And by God, do you not know how to live?
That gives Marwyn an idea, and she looks up. And again, she's going to use that same address of respect of Tom's de Grandmere. Might we ask Heth or Sek to join us?
Because of the magic that was used to bind them, they can't directly interfere. Even my own daughter was not technically supposed to directly interfere, although she has done it multiple times.
I would argue that truth and love interfere in every thought and every action that any individual ever takes.
My children cannot physically interfere. But I can tell you one thing. Each of them has an army of followers beneath them.
Interesting.
That is willing to do anything at their beck and call.
Interesting.
We will send the word. You will have your mortal army. But as I have foreseen things, it's not going to be big enough.
That is my fear.
Okay.
Kevin was going to go to Fayrel to rally the soldiers there, and he is doing that. They are headed towards Xodia as we speak, but they are still 2 months out. The seas are treacherous this time of year.
That
But
means
my
Drog
daughter
is
reached-
not going to be able to make it back easily either.
But my daughter has contacted one other. I know your celestial friend isn't going to like it, but you will have an army of the dead at your back.
The dead can't die.
Wait, is this the necromancer we have been talking about?
Lord Goldgrave is sending his vast army.
There's nothing wrong with the dead. They're not infernal or abyssal. They're just dead.
The dead can't die.
Correct.
I mean, that is materially incorrect, but if you wish to believe it, you can.
Will Lord Goldgrave himself be on the battlefield?
He has other matters to attend to.
Oh, no.
At this, Marwyn gets visibly agitated. He won't if we fail.
What other matters? This is the end of the world.
That you would have to discuss with Mark.
The end of the world as we know it.
GMCA.
I feel terrible. I don't know what you guys are on, but I feel terrible.
And the other is you're going to have to come to terms with Mephisto.
You know what? I've come to terms with anyone that's going to help us. Doesn't really.
I've
matter
already come
right
to
now.
terms with Mephisto. I'm the one who accidentally sent him on vacation.
I don't even know who he
Yes,
is.
that was a very amusing time.
I know, right?
Somehow
I was
don't
not given
think
all
that
of the
Mephisto
necessary
has.
information.
Somehow, I suspect that Mephisto is not going to have a problem with, well, most of us. And she just sort of gives Iana a side eye of, don't you fuck this up.
He's a greater demon. I might be able to kill him with this new sword, but no. I'm not going to try to skin him, unlike this filth.
How about, again, we wait until after the battle, please.
We could also
Solve
get the
your
monks
problems
involved.
with the tiefling if we survive the god that wants us all destroyed.
I'll be very minor.
We could also involve my people.
Can we get to your people?
They're on the abyssal plane.
Oh.
Yes,
You
they,
mean
yeah.
One of our
Cards people are on the
destinations.
You mean
abyssal
your
system.
temple?
Yes.
Lead the way.
I don't know how to get there from here.
We're in the astral, not the abyssal.
Less helpful.
Where's the crystal that we need to find to strengthen the connections?
Well, one's in the abyssal, one's in the water, one's infernal, and one was in fire. Correct? We have to figure out how to get there.
Okay.
Lilith Nora, as you ask that, Luminous, chuckles a little bit, and she stretches out that piece of yarn, and you see the crystal, and then it zooms out a little more, zooms out a little more, zooms out a little more, and you see that it's on the plane of the damned, which is about a day's journey from the Raven Queen's home. And of course, it is being guarded by cannibal cultists.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Where's Remy?
Oh,
Do you folks might happen to have like an armory of things that would kill those people very specifically?
I'm reasonably certain this sword will do a decent job if it was designed to be a...
the rest of us. You know?
Yes, but how many cultists are there?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
And considering the fact that that's the plane that they're from,
Also,
they'll
I'd
be
like to
responding.
remind you the army we saw too. You know, it's a big army.
We don't have to worry about that army right now.
Right now, being the keyword there.
I am focused on the things that we can accomplish in this moment.
Fair enough.
Luminous looks at all of you. And she goes, hang on, I've got a bit of an idea. And she picks up her tapestry, and you see her remove a few threads, and she begins to re-sew certain things. And after a moment, she severs what she's working on. She severs the string. She goes, there. Now that should work. And as she says that, we're going to start with you, Lilith Nor. You notice you have this strange gold gauntlet on your hand that, although you don't remember having it on, you remember it always being there.
Okay.
You have a gauntlet of power.
Power. Okay.
It will strengthen. Hang on, I gotta pull it up again. I lost it. Wrong one. There we go. All right. It doubles. It doubles your unarmored damage, and adds an extra 1d10 to any weapons attack. So any successful weapons attack, you will do an additional 1d10 damage.
Very nice.
And you said it doubles my unarmed?
Yeah, doubles your unarmed, adds 1d10 to any weapons attack.
Okay.
It also gives you advantage on any sleight of hand checks.
I have expertise in that.
That would be really good at that.
Awesome. I'm going to be a better thief than Tez.
Tez, something similar happens with you. Your back feels a little bit heavier, but you feel like that weight's always been there, as you have a, for lack of a better term, you have a jetpack.
Ba 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 ba.
Oh, hell yeah.
It increases your speed by 10, and as well as increases your speed by 10. Your will you hush? It increases your speed by 10, and will you hush? I'm trying to read. Increases your speed by 10, and 3 times per 3 times per short rest, you can give yourself haste. So you can basically double your speed again.
Oh, I can't fly.
Yeah, and it gives you a flight distance of 60.
All right, cool. I can fly 60 feet. 120 if I use that.
I can just fly in the dark.
I mean, technically, I could cast fly.
I mean, I don't gotta cast anything. I just go now.
Brooklyn, you feel something a little heavy in your bag.
Okay.
And as you reach in, like with everybody else, you have that same feeling. You reach in and you pull out a grimoire.
Oh.
And with this grimoire, you have access to, per long rest, you have access to 3 spells that are no more than 2 levels higher than your current level.
Those 3 spells and no higher than 3, you said?
No higher than 2.
2.
3 spells that go up to 2 levels higher than where you are now.
Right. Which would be what, level 4? What, or level?
I'm not sure, because your levels and my levels are different.
Right.
Nice.
Okay.
No, I'm not letting you back out.
Kitty, interrupt us.
Mako, you're used to the feeling of your glasses that you always wear, but something feels off about them, but at the same time familiar. You have you now have glasses of true sight, which not only allows you to passively see any traps.
Oh, hang on, I need a pen.
He's giving away goodies.
Yeah, go harass the dog.
Because I gotta write it down, and then I'm gonna have to make the custom in. Okay, glass of true sight can do what things?
Okay. It allows you to passively detect any traps within 20 feet.
Okay.
Gives disadvantage to any sneak attacks against you, and gives you advantage on all long range attacks.
Okay.
Gee, that's helpful. Twing. Seriously, that's just I stand in the back and I go twing. That's my job.
Right.
All right. Wow.
Karn,
Yes, sir.
you feel that your robe feels a little different. You know that this is your robe, but there's something in the back of your mind that says, no, this isn't it. Because your robe now has a slight gold texture to it.
Oh. Well, that's going to be harder to hide.
Actually, it makes it easier to hide. Because your robe now grants you twice per short rest the ability to go to use invisible for a duration of for 1 minute, and let's see, invisibility for 1 minute, spare the dying, and well, you already have that one. Pass without a trace, you already have.
Yeah.
So yeah, it allows you to go to invisible twice per short rest, and has spare the dying.
Pass without a trace without using key. That'd be fucking awesome.
Okay, then yeah, it'll allow you to use pass without a trace without expending your key.
Whew. That'll work. And that's
Ayana.
2 times per long rest? I'm sorry?
Yeah, 2 times per short rest.
For short rest. Okay. Sure. Even better.
Yes.
You don't remember having wings, but you remember always having wings.
You don't. What happened?
You
now
fly,
have wings.
You can fly.
I could already fly in the shadows.
Now you don't need shadows.
Yeah. Now you don't need shadows. You have the ability to fly 60 feet. Let's see. You have the ability to fly 60 feet. You can actually throw your feathers, which will do the same damage as magic missile, which I believe. What is the damage for magic missile? I hate when I just write
hold
shit.
on, I can give you that.
Range for magic missile? I thought that
Damage
was
for magic missile.
damage. Oh, that's like 1d6.
I'm pulling it up right now.
I think it's 1d6. 1d4 plus 1 force damage. And you can determine based upon your level how many feathers that you fling. You can also use them as a shield, which will grant you +1 to your AC.
Did you just make me hawks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Marwin, you feel something on your head, and Luminous looks at you with a shy smile. She goes, as they say, heavy is the head that wears the crown.
No. Can I get back?
Haha.
Yes, ma'am.
With this crown, you can use this crown to passively detect thoughts, where twice per day. So you'll be able to read someone's mind without them having to make a save. And it doubles any of the damage that you use from any of your psionic abilities that you have been granted by the tadpole.
All right. So 2 times per day. Is that short rest or long rest?
That's per day.
Just per day?
Yep.
Okay.
So if you reach midnight in game day, as soon as you get on the other side of midnight, you got 2 more.
Okay, so 2 times a day, it passively reads the mind of those around me.
Yep, of a target of your choice.
And what else does it do?
It doubles the damage of any of the psionic abilities granted to you by your tadpole.
And how does that interact with the circlet I already wear?
The circlet is a little bit. It's the same. It's the same, but it's different.
Does it
To
remove
you,
the?
yeah, it's still a circlet. It's just different, but to you, it still feels the same.
Does it still have the same abilities as before?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it still require the con save as it did before?
No, it no longer requires the con save.
All of the perks and none of the drawbacks.
That con save was a hell of a drawback, let me tell you.
It also gives you saving throws on any psionic or psychic attacks against you.
Okay. All right, then. Merci.
And because I wove all these gifts into the tapestry, you've always had them. So even if something were to happen and Solomon was to die to the dragon again, we'd still have all these gifts. And Celestial, I believe your friend called you Yana. You've always had that sword.
That's helpful.
Which means if we die again, he'll never lose it, and we won't have to go find it again. Okay.
Said BRB.
Out of character, no, that doesn't. No, you cannot forcefully die just to go back and try to spam.
I mean,
more swords.
like if we do the Void Dragon Solomon thing again, that's what I mean. The Groundhog Day thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just know Tez well enough to where that would be something they'd probably try to do.
Oh no, I'm not a swords person. I'm a gun person.
Well, even so, still trying to spam god-killing weapons here. That's a big no-no.
All right. A noob.
Raven Queen listen. Yes.
Can I exchange this for just an upgrade to Alice? And just she pulls out the crossbow.
Seriously?
Yep.
Give you an awesome gift, and you're going to ask for an exchange?
Yes.
You want a crossbow?
I want to. Can I exchange this for just an upgrade to Alice? Or even Betsy?
Oh my god.
She goes, let
What?
me see. She goes, let me see the crossbow and the gun.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm upgrading Betsy because Betsy has not seen any use so far.
Isn't Betsy the anti-dragon rifle?
No,
Hmm.
no. That
Betsy
the
was
anti-dragon
the
wand
replacement for Alice.
no. Betsy is not a replacement of Alice. Alice was never replaced. Alice got repaired. Betsy is the
Okay.
blunderbuss.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, she takes Betsy and the crossbow, and as she's holding them, you see this black flame begin to form around her hands, and then the flames combined, and all that's left now is Betsy, but now it has all the properties of the crossbow.
Cool. Wait, hold up. So Betsy now function. Hold up. So Betsy is now a blunderbuss that also functions as magic missile.
Yes,
Hell yeah.
and you can alter the damage, but you have to state what damage you're doing, whether it's fire, ice, necrotic.
Yeah. Oh shit! Hold up. All right. So does Betsy still have like her? Betsy still has like the blunderbuss features. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a blunderbuss. It's just now
Which means that there is a potential for chain-shotting necrotic damage.
Min-max
Just
extraordinary.
dead.
Hold on. I need to pull up the blunderbuss, the blunderbuss again. 'Cause- Let's see. Here it is. Ah, God, pure white. Ah, my eyes. Ah. All right. Explosive. Upon a hit, everything within 5 feet of the target must make a dex save throw or suffer 1d8 fire damage. All right. So hold on. Is the explosion just fire damage or?
Yeah.
Damn, I wanted to be able to change that. All right, it's cool.
Well,
all right.
now you're able to with this new.
Well,
upgrade,
yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, that's what I just asked if I could.
Oh
change
no, the explosion would be whatever damage that you had selected, whether that's ice, fire, necrotic, force.
All right, cool.
Lightning.
Just got to name it before you shoot.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right. Thank you, Anub. It is very much appreciated.
All right.
And Luminous goes back to her knitting. And again, all of you with a passive perception above 15, you notice the scene that she is knitting. She's knitting in that vast army.
Can you knit us in a sneaky little pass?
Okay. So she's knitting. Okay.
And she's knitting in the large armada coming from both the from the west and from the south, heading towards Xodia, which would be One would be Kevin, who's coming from the west, and Drog coming from the south.
We got quite a bit of people to look for us here.
Yeah, we need to let them. Do they know where we are? Exactly.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How do they know where they?
Oh, not where you are previously or currently.
Okay.
There's no way they could know unless Mark tells Kevin.
Right.
Which, I mean, that would be a reasonable
That's
way of
plausible.
relaying information.
That could happen.
We Marwin is going to turn to Lady Anub and
Wonderful thing about the different planes, time flows differently. We may end up getting
pass
there.
the message through Mark to Kevin to let him know what the current state of events is, and so that he can let the rest of our allies know.
And as you say that, from the other room, you hear you hear a voice. Yeah, I've known the whole time.
Oh, geez.
Hello, Kevin.
Hi,
And
Kevin.
Kevin comes out of the kitchen, shoving tiramisu into his face.
I will kill him. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him.
And he's going to actually draw his daggers and get ready to stab him.
Before
Tez
you
just
kill
laps
the
around the
crazy,
barn.
before you kill the crazy wizard, I need to ask him a question. Once I've done speaking to him, feel free.
Meanwhile, Marwin is going to cast Hold Person on Karn.
For the sake of hilarity, I'm going to fail the check.
Could I please speak with your husband when it is convenient for him?
Yeah, give me a minute. And Kevin turns around and goes, "Hey, Mark!"
I said when it was convenient for him.
The angel wants to talk to you.
Kevin doesn't have those boundaries,
That is not at all what it. Why do I bother?
And after about a minute, you see this very tall, very handsome-looking, basically almost looks like the polar opposite of Kevin. Where Kevin is flashy and a little bit eccentric. Mark is more more formal and.
Yeah, thanks.
And Mark looks and goes, "What can I do for you?"
Yes, I am told that one of your more important underlings would take exception to the fact if I were to skin this tiefling filth. Could I please speak to that individual and find some kind of common ground so that I can skin the tiefling filth?
But Mark starts laughing. If you really want to upset a lich who is under the service of my mother, who actually is, let's just say she's a bit deranged. I mean, she is Kevin's sister.
Oh no.
I would highly advise against that.
I didn't say I was going to do it before I spoke to her. I said I wished to speak to her, and since she apparently works for you, I felt it would be more intelligent to ask you if I could speak to her first.
Mark comes over, a little bit closer and whispers in your ear. That tiefling was willing to burn the entire world for that girl. Just imagine what that girl would do for that tiefling.
So there is not going to be any common ground.
I know.
Damn.
The unhealthy relationship I want in my life.
Fucking vibe and a half right there.
What the tiefling will do for a girl.
Vibe and a half, man.
Dang.
Oh, and by the way, that tiefling literally nuked an entire city just because they didn't have waffles. Do you really want to get on his bad side?
What is it with you people nuking entire cities? Mark
Over waffles.
The
Right?
tiefling does it. Why?
I mean, come to the south. We got tons of waffle houses. Take your pick.
He evacuated everybody first, but he still nuked an entire city simply because they didn't have waffles.
I fail to see why that matters when it comes to skinning him.
It means that he'll nuke everything else.
No.
And she will probably hunt you.
And she is probably gonna hunt you down.
I
if
think
you do.
I think our DM has
Don't we
a
have
role for
enough
this
enemies
later on.
without making more?
Can I just make it clear now that I have no issue with the tiefling and have no idea for this plan? Like, I was kind of trying to chill her down, and
Do I need to cast Hold Person on Iana?
I
don't
have
have that
made
many second tier spell slots left.
I have made no moves to skin the tiefling filth at this moment. I am speaking to the man.
Yeah, he's only considering that he's going to skin the tiefling. He hasn't
Karn
actually
is
done
current.
that yet.
I just remembered Karn is in hold person, so he's currently foaming at the mouth.
Marwyn is given that.
Oh, jeez.
If I let you go, will you calm the fuck down?
You can't answer technically.
I mean,
Blink.
Given that his husband is here now, trying to do harm to Kevin would seem to be a bad idea.
God.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
How do we have any allies?
And I mean, to be fair,
I have no fucking idea.
That's
I'm the only one
a
who-
DM question.
Marwyn will release Karn with I will put it back if I have to.
The bigger picture is we need to get out alive. So.
Mark. I heard that Nick, Lord Goldgrave, will not be upon the battlefield.
That is correct. He's dealing with some, let's just call them unruly transfers.
I see.
More unruly than him.
Sounds like a Murloc.
Sounds like Uma.
You
Is
are
he
all
sending any
partially
relatives?
correct.
Okay.
And we're about to wrap it up here in just a moment. And as this conversation is going on, Luminous is still over there just knitting away. She goes, "That's it. That's a wonderful idea."
What do you see?
Marwyn, as you look over, you notice in her knitting that she's knitted in something else. You see in her knitting a slight rift, and beside this rift is a being that looks kind of like the Chaos Cultist, except for this one is dressed in gold. And
Who is
that's
this person?
the what?
Who is this person?
We have a new person dressed in gold.
Is it Nick?
Well, that's what you'll find out next session.
Ah,
I know who that person is, out of character.
I have an inkling of who that
And
person
they,
is.
I
oh,
have no idea.
I
but
know
I'm-
exactly who this person is. Thank you so much.
I have no idea, but then I never do. So
not totally sure myself either. We'll have to...
and he has both of his hands.
He's dressed
Some
in
people get that.
gold and has both of his hands up. Oh.
I got nothing.
All right. Our next when would our next session be?
We're technically scheduled for the 3rd. I do have to work on the 4th.
Okay. If everything goes right, we're going to have an early session then on the 3rd, just to make sure that Babs can get proper amount of sleep.
Okay.
That 4 a.m. wake up call, my dude. So much
Yeah.
fun.
Yikes.
But
We have
until
a
then,
lineage. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I have a lineage question. So
What's
okay, you said that Luminous is a primordial, and if Raven Queen's her daughter, then and she's supposed to be a goddess, would she be half primordial and half goddess, depending on who her father is? How would that work?
No, all the gods are from the primordials.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. It's like how the Greek gods go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All technically originate from primordial chaos, if I
Primordial.
remember right.
Yeah.
They are. There's no difference between a titan and a god. They are just different factions.
They're just different factions.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, until next time, I would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa,
Merry
whatever you
Christmas.
celebrate. Have a good one.
Happy holidays, guys.
And a happy new year.
Holidays, all y'all. Yep.
And yes, and
Happy
have a
holidays.
Yeah, in the new
very
year.
happy
Oh,
New
and happy
Year.
solstice. Don't forget, today is the solstice.
Yes,
so
today
happy
is the solstice.
Oh.
And it's my granddaughter's birthday.
Oh,
And remember,
today? Or,
everybody, make sure
Today
you
is-
have
is-
second preface.
tell her happy birthday.
She is 7 today.
Oh, that that E.
All right, Karn, you want to send us out?
Aw.
As the Emperor of Mankind once said, have an Acme Day. Have an Acme Day is a product of the Acme Corporation. Having an Acme Day will be retroactively billed to your account. Have an Acme Day. I'm sorry, I'm still reading from that.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Right.